There are plenty of dumb ways to meet your maker.
You think I drove all this way because I didn't fucking look you up?
But walking into a fight gym and challenging a pro because you think you're some kind of street warrior has to be up there with the worst.
Come on, let's work. Let's fucking work. Come on, let's work.
And there were many such cases of delusional street thugs thinking they could challenge actual fighters.
Look at you! Look at you!
So, let's look at 7 times wannabe tough guys had reality smack them in the face. We'll kick things off with streamer Sneako, who thought he was stepping into a viral moment, but he walked straight into a horror show starring Sean Strickland as the executioner. The YouTuber, known for chasing clout in all the wrong places, made the mistake of using a UFC fighter, especially one as unhinged as Strickland, for content.
3-5. Let's see the influencer. Let's see the influencer. Come on, bro. You're gonna be a fucking man. Let's be
At first, Strickland played nice, letting Sneako dance around and feel that he was some hidden version of Alex Pereira. But in the final minute, the gloves metaphorically came off as Strickland turned into a human sledgehammer, drilling Sneako's ribs with body shots that sucked the air out of his lungs. Towels flew in desperation, but Strickland wasn't done as he kept swinging until Forrest Griffin himself had to step in like a guardian angel.
You still good? That's nice.
If not for that intervention, Sneako might have left the gym in a stretcher.
I don't know what that kid thought. First of all, he's so silly for doing that, for agreeing to do that with Sean Strickland.
These street dogs think they're kings of the jungle, until a bigger beast pounces and humbles them. And the next guy walked straight into a nightmare he couldn't escape. But before we dive into the next beatdown that ended in court, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on these notifications. Now, Nate Diaz's one-man wrecking crew moment against Rodney Peterson, better known as Logan Paul from Wish, was one of the wildest stories of 2023.
Remember Logan Paul in New Orleans?
The funniest part about the entire situation was that Diaz actually thought he was in a one-on-one against the real Logan Paul.
I already finished Logan Paul, so no, we're fighting. I fight Jake.
What happened with that? Like that was
the funniest shit ever, bro. Yeah. I loved seeing that.
What the is the guy out there looking like him for anyway? That's the corniest shit.
When Diaz is in the building, chaos is never far behind, and KSI's Misfits boxing event in New Orleans proved no different. What started as a heated exchange with reality TV star Chase Damore quickly spilled onto the streets like an unreleased GTA mission. That's when Peterson thought it was a good idea to say hi to Diaz and get an autograph. Bad call. Within seconds, the Stockton gangster wrapped him up in a guillotine and sent him straight to dreamland. And how did the so-called tough guy respond? With the ultimate softest move possible as he filed a lawsuit against Diaz.
I walk up to him, I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's an honor to meet you. He turns around, was like, oh snap, you're the fake Paul, bro. And I'm like, yeah, it is. How's it going, bro? I'm dead. Then I am alive. We never pressed anything with the criminal side. I'd have to have gotten a lawyer or pushed the lawyer that he got for me to start pressing on the criminal side. But he's only wanting to do on a civil suit. And that was really what he got hired to do and really what he's working on. And it's like, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I'm just kind of just blown with it.
At least this guy had the guts to admit he wasn't him. The next dude got whooped and still shamelessly acted like he was untouchable. Like Rodney, another internet clown who thrives on delusion is Charlie Zelenoff, a self-proclaimed boxing legend whose toughest opponents include unsuspecting gym goers. And senior citizens who are just trying to enjoy their retirement. But in 2023, he made a grave miscalculation when he stepped into the ring with Deontay Wilder. From the opening bell, Zelenov's delusions were shattered like glass under a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Wilder toyed with him, landing just enough firepower to make him regret every fake accolade he ever claimed. The self-proclaimed boxing prodigy suddenly found his voice, and ironically, only when Wilder's team intervened to stop the humiliation.
I'm a nice guy. I beat many people. I could have got you in that alley, dude. But I'm a nice dude. I ain't like that. I could have got you in the alley with all that. But to see what you said.
The scariest part is that the bronze bomber wasn't even trying. Had he turned up the heat, Zelenov wouldn't just be a cautionary tale, he'd be a missing person. Zelenov still had a ton of crap to say about Wilder despite getting his clocks cleaned.
I always knew I'm the best boxer, man. Wilder pulled a fluke, man.
What happened?
Deontay, I'm coming for you, punk. Rematch? Different result, man.
Some guys never learn, do they? Luckily, the next guy finally learned that every action movie villain refuses to accept just because you've got backup doesn't mean you've got hands. In 2023, Street Beef's founder Chris Wilmore's son, Justice, found himself on the wrong end of a 9-on-1 beatdown.
Last weekend, my son, Justice, there's going to be videos of his face, or pictures, we got pictures of it, posted. He got jumped by 9 people. They all jumped him, but then they really set me off because the guy that you're about to see posted on his Snapchat a video that I felt was bragging. He posted a clip of my son being jumped, and I felt like it was bragging. He said, I'm on my WWE shit, and showed him slamming my son.
That's crazy.
But instead of running to the cops, Wilmore took a different approach as he invited one of the main culprits to settle things like a real man in the ring against 5 different opponents.
I put the word out, I said, everybody's going to answer for it. Somebody is going to come to my gym and man up, or we're going to keep coming for you. All the other 8 guys were straight refused to show up, refused to do anything, refused to back their mouth up. This dude, Benny Good, is the only one out of them that soldiered up.
The bully, brimming with false confidence, took the bait.
You're just gonna box 1 minute each, okay? You go through that, everything's forgiven, everything's cool.
But once the gloves were on, it was clear he was in for a long night. The bully held his own against a level 1 opponent, but level 2 had him battered from corner to corner, leaving him bloodied and humbled.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The real punishment, however, was yet to come.
8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Once Justice had his fill, final boss Wilmore himself stepped in and gave the bully a fatherly lesson in humility, dishing out a beatdown so thorough it could have been a life lesson.
Look at you!
Once the dust settled, Wilmore and his crew showed nothing but respect for the battered troublemaker.
I want everybody that's involved to shake his fucking hand. He came in here like a man. Madness, I know you a dog, but come here.
Let's go.
Come here, Madness. He came in here like a fucking man. He came in like a man and took his licks. Show him love. Respect.
Walking into a fight gym for the first time and demanding a duel with a pro is like diving into shark-infested waters with a stake around your neck. And the next guy learned this lesson the hard way as well. In 2022, Chris Curtis and his team, including the always unfiltered Sean Strickland, didn't like it when a random dude walked into their gym and bragged about his legendary 200-0 street fighting record and took a cheap shot at their coach.
He hit the coach and said he had like 200 street fights and like he's gonna f*** a lot of guys up.
That's when Chris Curtis decided enough was enough. The UFC middleweight invited the so-called street warrior for a friendly sparring session inside the cage, and what followed was pure comedy. Curtis was just playing around, but the cocky dude wasn't willing to let go, claiming that he could knock him out. That angered the UFC fighter.
Put your f***ing glove on or leave! Bro, put your f***ing glove on or leave! You can sleep me, prove it right now! No, because you're saying it's cardio? You're saying it's a cardio issue? You're saying, bro, right now, I will fucking change your life forever!
My God, you put a glove on right now, you will leave this place forever different. I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
Luckily, Curtis's coaches stepped in and cooled things off, because if they hadn't, that cocky street brawler might have ended up as just another cautionary tale in the world of bad decisions. This guy in blue drove an hour just to challenge a boxing coach, thinking he was the final boss of the streets. Turns out, he was more of a tutorial-level NPC. The cocky rookie ran his mouth like a WWE villain, while the coach sat back, chuckling at his Mickey Mouse-level threats.
You think I came down here for no reason? You think I came down here?
You came here for a reason. You came here to kick my. You came here to kick a coach's ass, dude. Let's go.
You think I didn't come down here? You think I drove all this way because I didn't fucking look you up or do research on you? I'm not fucking retarded.
I hope you did do research. Because I don't want to kick nobody's ass, and I don't want nobody kicking my ass.
The street brawler came out swinging with those sluggish, dream-like punches, the kind you throw when you're stuck in slow motion and can't wake up. But the moment the coach landed a clean shot, the bully's confidence evaporated fast. The so-called tough guy was having an existential crisis in real time, but the coach kept handing out lessons like a strict school teacher.
He's gonna get hurt in a boxing gym. Alright? You can't just come up to a boxing gym and want to fucking challenge a coach. That's not what the fucking gym is. That's not what boxing is about, man.
Knowing that the street thug was done, the coach allowed him to train at his expense to regain his lost self-confidence.
You ain't got no type of work, man. I know you're a tough guy. You ain't tough. Who the fuck you box in the streets?
Before putting him away for good.
In the gym and fucking has to work with someone. Let's work. Let's work, baby.
Now, street brawlers clearly aren't built for this life. But what about self-taught boxers? Do they stand a chance, or are they just YouTube tutorials away from disaster? We're about to find out. This guy in red gloves looks sharp, doesn't he? Gotta admit, for a self-taught fighter, he's holding his own by trading fire with fire against a professional. But there's levels to this, and he's still eating the bigger shots, wearing his opponent's power like an unwanted tattoo. In the end, both warriors do enough to walk away with their pride intact. Finally, a tough guy who's actually tough and not just another delusional punching bag. Respect. So, these were the times when fake tough guys got a reality check. But even real warriors can let their ego write checks their chin can't cash. If you want to see what happens when actual UFC fighters get too cocky and pay the price, check out our video on how overconfident UFC fighters got humbled in brutal fashion.